In well over 250 different videos, we've seen the Sneople characters get involved in many sorts of different predicaments, whether they range from stealing statues from the town or lip-syncing to bad songs. I've been meaning to delete those particular videos, but they seem to give me a lot of views. Anyways, certain videos do not exist due to the fact that they were unfinished, unmade, or because of scheduling issues that prevented them from being completed. Some of these videos will be listed in this video today as we go deep into the Fartbonai's archives and look at some of the projects that could have been made but didn't. The first official cancelled video was in 2013, entitled The Christmas Telethon. The story revolved around Lenny the Lizard putting on a telethon in hopes of getting Delilah a certain new gift that she had been looking for. But unfortunately, the video was never completed because it was not finished during the writing process. There had been schedule issues, and most of the characters and their roles were not well established in the video. And with Christmas drawing even closer the more I tried to scramble finishing it, I decided to put on a different video instead in the last second, literally the last second, as it was posted on December 24th, entitled Top 5 Things People Hate About the Holidays. This video was a pretty good and easy Christmas video to film and served as a suitable replacement for the Christmas telethon. In 2013, the character Livyathan von Schilling made his debut appearance in the video Livyathan von Schilling. In this particular story, Livyathan rises from the dead and steals Lenny the Lizard's soul. Using his energy, he takes over the Sneople studios. And despite the fact that the audio was slightly off, it was an okay video, but in my opinion, it was crap. But fortunately, it was able to spawn a sequel video months afterwards, in which Livyathan switches the bodies of all the characters, locks them up, and puts on a grand show with all his villain characters. It was slightly better, but in a way kinda crappy because it was not very professional. With the second appearance of Livyathan doing much better than the original, there had been plans to do yet another story with Livyathan in hopes of establishing him as the official main villain of the series. This had been written in early 2014 in hopes of keeping him as the main villain. This story, entitled Renewed Vows, involves Lenny the Lizard and Delilah Frog renewing their wedding vows. However, Livyathan returns, I forget exactly how, and steals Lenny's soul once more and somehow gets into Lenny's body and tries to marry Delilah or kill the gang or something along those lines. However, the video was exceedingly long when writing, and there were certain plot holes that needed to be filled. Since those plot holes couldn't be filled, I decided to postpone this production until the script could have been worked on a little bit more. However, I didn't finish working on it because it was just a load of crap to keep working on, and the story didn't make sense. Also, Livyathan's voice is exceedingly difficult to perform.
Oh, silly average American consumer. When will you ever learn? Once you purchase from Walmart, your life will never be happy. Ha ha ha!
It tends to scratch up the inside of my throat very much when I perform him, and I decided not to do more appearances with him, especially with him as the main villain. So the video Renewed Vows was never made, but fortunately, Livyathan von Schilling was hastily replaced by the new characters Orenthal Dragon and his assistant Tep. These characters proved to be much more satisfying to listen to, watch, and engage in stories with. So, while Livyathan might not be the greatest villain, he probably never will be. Let's move on. Later, in 2014, there was to be a musical video that revolved around Bob Cratchit as he tries to run for the mayor of the city after a scandal from Mayor Eugene is unveiled and the town is horrified. This was intended to be a musical video, and some songs were actually written. However, in the end, there wasn't a real moral when I was writing it, and the story kind of fell flat in the end, and it wasn't very redeemable. Therefore, I decided to cancel it altogether. Also, some footage was shot for this video, including the opening number. Well, part of the opening number. Let's take a look.
The answer to all our prayers is to make Bob Cratchit our mayor. There's great things to suspect. He's the guy we'll elect, and he'll manage to keep our respect.
Now what's all of this singing I hear? I thought the election was next year.
Well, hey, hey, what do you say? Let's hold the elections today. Today.
The mayoral musical was instead pushed aside in favor for another musical that had been written around the same time, this one revolving around Dr. Clark, Michael Fox, and the Vampire, which was later released earlier this year, entitled Dr. Clark's Opera with a Vampire. Rewinding a little bit to mid-2014, a video was done revolving around Lenny, Dr. Clark, Andre, and Sally waking up in a clay-animated world, following a 9.0 earthquake. This video was considered a success and very well innovative, as it tries very new things, including clay animation, which hadn't been done in the past, and the use of other actors in the video. This continues to be used today, as clay animation serves as a very prominent form of animation that I use, and multiple cast members starring in and out through videos is also used today. So with the success of this, I decided to do a sequel revolving around Bob and Tim Cratchit chasing after Santa Claus who kidnaps their son Peter. This also has various other cast members, and was intended to be a Christmas special that was going to be released in 2014. This one was intended to be much darker, and have a more family element to it, when compared to the original clay animated film that was released a few months earlier. But, unfortunately, the timing of this production was horrible and couldn't be released towards the official release date that had been set. And it wasn't finished when I tried to release it during Christmas, so I decided to push it off till 2015. However, I probably won't be finishing it this year because unfortunately, Claymation takes too freaking long. So, if anything, I'd still like to do the story, considering most of the cast members have their lines recorded already. So, I'd like to do this one this time with puppets instead of Claymation, so it might be done this year, or I'll just hold on to it and do it some other time. Let's take a look at some of the unfinished footage from the special.
Ah! Black ice! Whoa! Ow! Why do I even drive this thing? My knees were in my chest. Oh, hello! I'm the announcer. We would have used this guy to tell the story, but he was just too creepy.
Mister, are you okay?
Well, I have a slight concussion, but I think a story should help.
How's about this one?
A Clay Cratchit Christmas caper. Let me just get some cake, cookies, and cream, and we can commence this crap.
Where am I?
You're in the Clay universe now.
Oh, jeez. I'm in one of those corny stop-motion Christmas specials.
Enough with your sarcastic remarks. Meet my elves. Barry, Larry, Harry, Jerry, and Scott. Scott.
Why do you hate me so much?
Because your name doesn't rhyme like the rest of them.
Lastly on our list of unfinished videos, around Mother's Day of 2015, there was going to be a story revolving around Tiny Tim being diagnosed with a mysterious disease which was apparently genetic from their mother. However, because the mother is dead, they do not know what this disease is and how to cure it. Fortunately, Dr. Clark goes off on a quest to go find the cure to this disease, but instead finds a few things about Melissa that could help the disease from Tim. This story was intended to be the most darkest story that I had ever done, and was also intended to be a real tearjerker for the fans. However, I came to my senses and realized that I didn't want to do something that made people feel depressed, and that I'd like to do things that make people feel happier or look at themselves in a different light. And this video just seemed to not do the trick. While the ending of the video was a particular heartwarmer, and they do end up well and nice in the end, it was just a very dark story and wasn't something that the fans would be ready for. As I draw to a close here, I'd like to state, please do not burden yourself with lost projects such as these, because eventually you'll start debating with yourself whether you'd like to finish it or continue it or whatever. And frankly, it's a very conflicting thing to think about, and it's best that if you write your things, then please carry through with it and make sure that you get them done. So thank you for watching this editorial, and please stay tuned for more.